NNPC agreed. Dangote will be selling at this price to NNPC. Yesterday, Dangote cost sell for them for 897. The cost of wetin happen. Dangote say, this one with the supply to you, so this first shipment, we got the crude oil from outside the country. We import them. No be NNPC supply us. When we buy the crude oil, we use dollar buy them. So now that we are selling to you, we look at the dollar equivalence. As we call check am, we call convert am to naira. Now we dey sell to you so. Make una wait. When we dey refine the one wey NNPC supply to us, then we cannot sell to you at this price. For now, the one wey we import never finish. When we call the refine the one wey NNPC supply to us, we cannot sell at this price to NNPC. It means for you where we dey expect cheaper fuel price, if NNPC buy from Dangote at this price, it means say you can't get fuel less than 900 naira for now. That is the meaning for now. We don't know tomorrow. The way they expect the fuel make it cheap, the fuel no go cheap. The way we are the same, so it no go ever cheap. The reason being because government need money. Okay? So if you are expecting them to supply Dangote the crude oil at a very cheap price, I'm not seeing that one coming. Because now this crude oil where they supply to Dangote, now there they won't get money to take run government. Also, they don't borrow plenty money, a lot of debts. Okay? Where Buhari don't pile up. Dash money to Afghanistan, do road to Niger Republic. Minister looted, Emifele, humanitarian minister, all of them. All the money where they borrow share, they service the interest. You understand? So they need money. So for this one, where they expect to cheap, it no go cheap because Nigerian government no get any other source of income. Now only crude, they give them money. Okay? I know say Mr. President, now accountant. Okay? As an accountant, what did they sabi do? 3 things. 1, now bookkeeping. Okay? When they arrive, nothing to keep. Another thing, now management. When they arrive, nothing to manage. What they call remediation. Now this thing they study for school. So the next thing now you go see na task. This is the only source of income. Don't expect cheap fuel price. For me, the thing will continue to increase. Even IMF tell them say, make una know they sell out cheap. Una need money to build school, to build hospital, to do this, to do that. Bigay say tax una know they pay well. Nigeria need to pay. So make una buckle una bet o. The journey long.
Okay. Hello everybody. I hope you can hear me. I don't know if this microphone, because I don't have a feedback on my mic. If you can hear me, let me know. I want to play another video before I begin to make my comment.
1,000 never full my tank. 71,000 naira never full my tank. 72,000 tank never full. 73,000 tank never full. 74,000 tank never full. 75,000. If you reach 80,000, stop. If you reach 80,000, stop. For which purpose? No be Jeep, oh. No be Jeep. No be Jeep with this, oh. And they see problem. You see, I'm 80,000 naira for this Lexus. 80,000 naira. Tank no full, oh. Tank no full. I hope you see him. No wahala.
I want to play. Let me know if you can hear me, please, by comments. I just want to know if my audio is coming out, because I'm using a different mic this time and it has no feedback. Let me know if you can hear me.
Today is the last day that Buhari is our president. Thank God. We survive. Aside the fact that today we have to do special Thanksgiving, we still have to pray. Hey, when Jonathan became our president, we were missing Yaradua. When Buhari became president, we were missing Jonathan. God, I use God and beg you. Please.
Use God to beg God.
Please. Don't let us miss Buhari. Please, I beg.
Use God to beg God.
God, I use God to beg you. May we not miss Buhari, please. Please, I beg. Please. Please.
If you don't miss Buhari.
Okay. Before you get shingbai for this country, I mean, if you are running away from Nigeria because things are expensive, or as of 5 years ago you ran away, 3 years ago you ran away, last year you ran away, this year what would you have done if you were still here? What would you have done this year if you were still here? I'm saying if you are in the diaspora. If you're not in the diaspora, you are in Nigeria, you already can tell how it hits so hard. Now you will work so hard to be able to make little to survive. That already drains blood. Again, you will work so hard to be able to spend the money to survive for the next time. Okay, you saw the video of somebody buying fuel. That small car, it's just a car. And that person spent it, because when you are buying how much per liter, over 1,000 naira per liter, even if your tank is only 50 liters, assumption, do you know how much that is to fill up that tank? That still doesn't mean you are going to use the vehicle is just going to be moving. No, you waste more than 30% of it in needless, avoidable traffic that should not happen, that you would not even be able to understand why there is that traffic. 30% of that fuel you are buying is not for use, is going to waste in traffic. Then you can see how it takes blood to get fuel and to survive in this country. Now, you see, when you vote people, or when you say, oh, somebody cannot win local government, but you know the person has the capacity to change the situation, yet you say, oh, you cannot win a local government. Is it some kind of sport that he and the co-contestants will just be on the field and run and has to win? No. If he fails, it is because the people, the electorate, we do not have the capability to understand that we need freedom. If the electorate can see, they know that the victory of that person who wants to change the things around is their own victory. Unfortunately, we have turned it to some kind of mocking, people just mocking themselves, and I just laugh. Now look at all these people shouting, we are hungry, being power, our looking up and down now. You see? But guess what? From the last video we just played, you know that the next election, for as long as you are still going to pick within the same cycle of the same people to come back and continue, the problem will not abate. No, it's not a cause, it's reality. I mean, just reality, right? The problem just must in fact, it will be worse. In fact, you will even say Tinubu was better, because Tinubu too would have bought. In fact, Buhari borrowed money and was building to Maraba, right? Tinubu is buying yachts, jets, SUVs, needless things for himself and circle. Somebody was telling us how the billions budgeted for the renovation of the vice president's lodge under Buhari was yet to be fully implemented, meaning that they have not finished spending the money budgeted to renovate. And yet, Tinubu came and they are rebudgeting another set of billions for the same renovation of a place that has no crack. And it's not as if the VP will be living there every day. They are always outside to go and work. A serious person in office should not even be in the home at all times. Should be in the field. So much time are you spending that it has to be billions worth of apartments? We are not a serious people. Whatever we are going through right now as a people, we deserve it. Clearly deserve it. Do you know why? Because election will come. We will still mock the persons we know can, simply because the person is not a money bag. Whoever brings money into an election is not going to do anything when they win. Because first they want to recoup the money. They see whatever they spend during the campaign or electioneering as capital investment, and they want returns on investment. If they are taking money from associates, they will give appointment to those associates to appease, pacify, compensate, pay them back, reward, whatever word you like. That is how election and appointments will be under such arrangement. Clearly, therefore, if Nigerians truly want a country that works, we will not say because somebody is not a money bag, he cannot do it. No. Or he cannot win local government. As if you are saying it and you are happy. But see, sometimes we don't need to wait until there's tragedy before we start to tell ourselves some good reality. Even these people who are in power know by themselves that they are not there for us. They know. Just like we also know. But because they know how to press the mumu button of people, they know. They look at themselves and ask themselves, how are we able to stay up to this up till now? Like, how did we even do it? These people never chase us come out, sha. Yes, I mean, the people in power are also wondering, why have the masses not chased us out of this place? And I'm not talking about violence now, whether by a ballot or by whatever. Like, we should have chased them out completely. But because they still find some credits, they still find some accolades, they still find some encouragement from among us. That is what is keeping them there. The day we all realize that this thing is not sustainable, except alone that you are among those who are collecting the money. If we have to buy 20 liters of fuel for 20,000 naira plus, 20,000 plus, and that 20 liters is not certain to take you home, let alone take you out the next morning, that means on the average in a week you will be spending over 100,000 naira on fuel alone. The person spending the money, even if you like, let them increase your salary to 70,000 naira minimum wage. As long as you still buy fuel more than the amount of income, and as long as you still have to buy rice more than the amount of income, as long as you are not the one selling the fuel and collecting the thousands, you are buying. No matter how much you shout tuale, emelo until tomorrow, the crumbs they are giving you is not enough to even buy the fuel. Maybe I'm wrong, sha. Some of you who are doing all these things, you know better. But it's better, I think, or I believe, that we start talking to ourselves. Those of us who do not believe in violence, but we believe in the ballot at least. So why then do we get to the ballot and we still continue to make mockery of the capacity that can rescue the country? These are people that common amendment of a section in the constitution that will be to the advantage of the masses. They will not. Leave amendments. Common to implement and follow the rule of law. Even as, because somebody was telling us the other day at a forum that as terrible as the 1999 constitution is, if it is implemented, even if it is just halfway implemented, Nigeria cannot be this worse. Can never be. Nigeria can't be as bad as this. If the as bad as the constitution is, if they implement it only half, not selecting as convenient the sections that they want to, just implement it. As bad as it is not people's constitution, it is your own constitution for your own. But even at that, if you follow it, Nigeria will be better than what it is. So people who cannot even implement the bad constitution that is only good for themselves, who are selecting the parts that are convenient for only themselves, this set of people cannot implement a change in sections of the constitution. Meaning that is, forget the bad, terrible constitution, the people themselves who are in government and in offices supposed to implement these constitutions or the provisions therein are even themselves a problem to deal with. So meaning that we need to just get these people, they have done their worst now. See the huge debt Buhari left. Building train to Maraba, or is it Maradi, in Niger State. To what use? Now, Tinubu has come. He's busy piling his own. Do not forget, those who are shouting Jonathan today, they know that Jonathan too was, in fact, Jonathan was the first to start plunging things after Obasanjo. And then the corruption was so much that we had to cry out. Bl00d. When you are incompetent and you are still corrupt inside it. Then came APC. Oh God. Oh God. In fact, we needed to start apologizing to Jonathan. Then these so-called APC people, they came, and then Tinubu started doing something that will make you apologize to. In fact, if I see there was a man who had a sticker of Abacha boldly on his bike. I met that man sometime in Bariga when I was still I think at the time I was studying for my master's at the University of Lagos. He had a very bold sticker of Abacha on his bike, and I said, Abacha ke? I better carry this thing come for here. And he told me, say, bro, Abacha was the best president Nigeria ever had. I said, I beg. Everybody they talk say this man no good. Now you can't tell me say can you come? He said you will understand later. Now I dey understand. If I see that man, I will apologize to him, and I will tell the man if he has any means to reach Abacha on our behalf. Apologize to Abacha and tell Abacha about one man called Tinubu. Because you will not, there are some things you will just not expect. And you'll be like, hey. These are people whose lives are characterized by life irony, dramatic irony. They say one thing, they do the opposite. So when somebody comes and says, let the poor breathe, and they can't hold the poor, neck of the poor, can't they shock him? He says, let the poor breathe. You can't hold the neck. Say, let the poor breathe. Omo. Abacha, our sincere apologies. It was not this war so. Most of the major infrastructure you see today, forget whether they say anybody built Lagos, including Third Milan Bridge, were done by the military. As worse as we claimed the military were, that we shouted that we no longer want to have military rule, you are busy apologizing to the military right now. No, would you rather not apologize at this point to the military? Like, we are sorry. You guys were saints. Like, dear military, you guys were saints. And when the saints are marching on, oh God. So corruption was the complaints then. We need to look for another word for these ones who are currently in power. We must find another word to describe these ones. You said the military were corrupt, right? Corruption. And the military were, at the time, they were angry. They said, no, don't say corruption. They will set up, the Obasanjos them, like fella would think. Them set inquiry. They will set up inquiry. They will say money no law. They will say it was not corruption. It was not embezzlement. It was mismanagement. Ah. It was as if the military were telling us at the time, say, guys, come. You see, this word corruption is not for us. Keep it in the cooler. The people who own the word corruption are coming. When you see them, you will know. For us, it is not corruption, it's mismanagement. So under the military, it was not corruption, it was mismanagement. Now, if you want to know what corruption is, then come to start from under civilian rule, the civilian dispensations, then you know what corruption is. It was at Adama Singa Stadium in Ibadan. It was a security summit at the time when insecurity debate was coming to the surface. And then they called Southwest Governors Forum. They were deliberating on how to secure Southwest. So governors came. One governor did not come. He sent a representative. I won't mention him, but if you are familiar with that time, you'll understand. So while the representative of the governor was giving speech at Damascus, that stadium there in Ibadan, and it was reading out the figures that, say, in our own state, we are already ahead. Like, we have this in place, we spend this for security, you have these things already in place. That was prior to the launch of Amotekun. So we already have this. I was trying to explain why they don't really need Amotekun in the states, right? That they already have a lot of units. And he also mentioned that they are already donating even to the police and other military and paramilitary. They already donate to the tune of hundreds of millions. That it was Sir explaining that security costs them billions in the state, and that is why the state is secure. If you know the states, good luck. And then a reporter alongside, just in the middle of, just at the back of some of the so-called dignitaries, your dignitaries sitting at the front, listening to that speech. One of them, a past governor, one a former minister, they were sitting together. And the moment the representative of that governor who did not come gave figure to the tune of billions for security, the former governor and the former minister who were sitting together looked at each other's face and laughed. I said, we thought we were thieves during our own time. These ones are criminals. Like, he said it in Yoruba. He said, àwa rò pé àwa ń jalè tí wọ́n ń gbà yẹn ṣá. Àwọn eléyìí gbé wiri ni wọ́n. I wish that scene was recorded and that audio was out, but Well, it was just a personal, what part you witnessed personally, no recording, because cameras were already focusing on the speech, you know. So we didn't know, if we knew that they were going to make such a state confession, we would have set something to record it. So, but it is what it is. Like those ones we used to call thieves then were actually not even thieves. And if they were thieves, we have to look for another word to qualify these ones. And they will continue to increase cost of living for people because they must maintain that flamboyant lifestyle while they continue to tell people to sacrifice. So now it is blood for fuel. It is like that. For fuel, it has to be, man, you go drain. I don't want this to be too long. I just make an update when I say, come. Uh, at this point, all of us have to be choosing. Let's all just be choosing at this point. Just well. Now to just update you now. You are choosing generation peculiar people in nation. Just say choosing to buy fuel. Uh, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for your time. And for those of you who always occasionally or momentarily try to support, please, you can see the scrolling information. We use this token we get sometimes to help people start up their lives and all that. Or those who are very low, don't have anything but can do something. We try to see how we can support them to pick their lives, because when government fails, it's only left for people to look out for themselves. And people are industrious. People have energies to work. Unfortunately, they do not have means. So we do these things not because we don't need money ourselves, but we do it because it is also about security. uh, Already we have too many illiterates around us who have automatically become touts. That is one insecurity factor. Now you have so many poor people around who can't feed. They have energy but no job. Again, that's another risk. It's also a security threat on its own. So as much as we can, we identify those who genuinely have needs, can work, but have no means. So they can work, but they are weak because they don't have what to work with. So we just do this sometimes with little funds we get. So don't hesitate to do it. It is we have reached a stage where, because we have accepted that we don't have government, we only have exploiters in power. EIP, exploiters in power. So if anything must happen or change, it has to be private effort. So that's what it is. It's just to give you updates, people. Election is coming in Edo State. What are your expectations? People are still shouting APC, PDP, LUP. Yeah, a lot of people believe it's LUP, but LUP and PDP are busy criticizing themselves that they are supposed to come together to when they say they want to rescue, I just laugh. It's like PDP say they want to come and rescue, like, yeah. Shagun, calm down. Thank you guys.